Here's something the pasta industry does not want you to think about. Most of the penne sitting on your grocery shelf right now has never been anywhere near a traditional Italian pasta maker. It was made from cheap, refined flour, pushed through a plastic-coated machine at factory speed, blasted with heat to dry it in a few hours, then packed into a box designed to make you think of the Italian countryside. Americans spend over $6 billion a year on pasta. $6 billion. And the vast majority of that money goes to corporations selling you the nutritional equivalent of shaped white bread at a markup. I spent over 40 hours auditing every major penne brand on the shelf to find the truth. I read every ingredient label. I researched every manufacturer. I traced the supply chains. And the results were not what I expected. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which 6 brands to leave on the shelf and which 3 are worth every cent. One of them costs less than $2 and outperforms almost everything else in the aisle. Stay until the end because that one is going to surprise you. To understand why most penne is a lie, you need to understand what real pasta actually requires. Traditional pasta starts with one ingredient: durum wheat semolina. Durum is a hard, high-protein wheat that gives pasta its golden color, firm bite, and nutty flavor. When you grind durum, you get semolina, a coarse, granular flour that forms a strong gluten network when mixed with water. That gluten network is what gives real pasta its structure, its ability to hold sauce, and its satisfying chew. But durum wheat costs 30 to 40% more than common soft wheat. So what do the big manufacturers do? They use enriched wheat flour, which is just refined soft wheat with synthetic vitamins sprayed back in. Or they blend durum with cheaper flour to cut costs. The FDA allows this. Under 21 CFR 139, a product can be labeled enriched macaroni product using semolina, durum flour, farina, regular flour, or any combination. There is no requirement to use 100% durum semolina. There is no requirement to tell you what percentage of each flour they used. Then there is the extrusion. Real pasta is pushed through bronze dies. Bronze creates a rough, textured surface covered in tiny microabrasions that grip sauce like Velcro. Industrial producers use Teflon-coated dies instead. Teflon is cheaper, lasts longer, and runs faster. But it produces a smooth, slippery surface that sauce slides right off of. Finally, drying. Traditional pasta is dried slowly at low temperatures over 24 to 72 hours. This preserves the wheat's natural enzymes, flavor compounds, and protein structure. Industrial pasta is blasted at temperatures above 80 degrees Celsius and dried in under 6 hours. It is faster and cheaper, but it kills the flavor, weakens the protein network, and creates a brittle product that falls apart in the pot. So the formula is simple: cheap flour, plastic dyes, and high heat. That is the penne on most shelves. 6 penne brands to skip brand 1. Barilla. Barilla is the largest pasta company on the planet. Their penne rigate is in virtually every grocery store in America. The box says, Italy's #1 brand of pasta. Flip it around. The ingredients read semolina, durum wheat flour, then a lineup of added vitamins: niacin, ferrous sulfate, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid. This is an enriched product. Barilla uses Teflon dyes and high-temperature rapid drying across their factories, including their massive plant in Ames, Iowa. The surface of their penne is smooth and slick. Sauce does not cling. It pools at the bottom of your bowl. That Italy's #1 tagline refers to market share, not quality. Most Barillas sold in the US never left the Midwest. Brand 2, Ronzoni. Ronzoni is labeled enriched macaroni product right on the front of the box. The red, white, and green packaging screams Italian heritage. The reality is that Ronzoni is owned by 8th Avenue Food and Provisions, a private equity portfolio company. The brand has been bought and sold multiple times. The ingredients are standard: enriched durum semolina with synthetic vitamins, Teflon extruded, rapidly dried. It is a commodity product in a costume. Brand 3, great value. Walmart's store brand penne is the cheapest option on the shelf, and you get what you pay for. The label says enriched macaroni product in small print. It is manufactured by anonymous third-party contractors bidding for Walmart's business on price. There is no information about wheat sourcing, dye type, or drying method. The pasta turns cooking water cloudy within minutes and goes mushy if you look away from the pot. This is pasta engineered for a price point, not for your plate. Brand 4, Mueller's. Mueller's has been around since 1867, which sounds impressive until you realize it is now owned by Treehouse Foods, one of the largest private label food manufacturers in the country. The penne is labeled enriched macaroni product. The ingredient list is identical to the rest of the industrial lineup: Teflon dyes, rapid drying, maximum volume. The American heritage branding disguises what is essentially a factory commodity. Brand 5, San Giorgio. Here is the twist. San Giorgio is also owned by Treehouse Foods, the same parent company as Mueller's. The Italian name, the Mediterranean-style packaging, the implication of imported quality. It is marketing. The pasta is likely manufactured in the same American facilities as Mueller's, using the same process and the same ingredients. 2 brands, 1 factory, 0 transparency. Brand 6. Banza Banza markets itself as the better pasta. It is made from chickpea flour, tapioca, pea protein, and xanthan gum. This is not pasta, not by Italian law, not by tradition, and not by taste. Chickpea flour lacks the gluten network that durum semolina builds naturally, so they add xanthan gum, a polysaccharide stabilizer, to hold the shape together. The texture is gummy. The flavor is distinctly legume. Banza is a processed food product marketed as a health upgrade, selling for nearly $4 a box. If you want chickpeas, buy chickpeas. You do not need a lab to tell real pasta from fake pasta. You need 60 seconds in your own senses. Test 1 is the ingredient flip. Pick up the box and read the first ingredient. If it says durum wheat semolina or semola di grano duro, you are in the right place. If it says enriched wheat flour, enriched semolina, or lists a string of added vitamins before anything else, put it back. The vitamins are there because the original nutrition was stripped out during processing. Test 2 is the texture touch. Pull 1 uncooked penne tube out of the box and run your finger along the surface. Bronze dye pasta feels rough, almost sandy, with visible microtexture. Teflon dye pasta feels smooth, waxy, and slippery, like plastic. That smoothness means sauce has nothing to hold on to. Test 3 is the cooking water test. Boil a small handful of penne in a clear pot. Real semolina pasta keeps the water mostly clear, releasing only a light starch haze. Cheap, rapidly dried pasta dumps starch into the water almost immediately, turning it white and cloudy. That starch should be inside the pasta, holding it together. Instead, it is in your pot. 3 tests, no equipment. Now you know more than 90% of pasta buyers. 3 penne brands that are actually real pasta brand. 1. Rummo. The Rummo family has been making pasta in Benevento, Italy since 1846. That is over 175 years of continuous family-owned production. Their penne rigate is made from 100% durum wheat semolina, extruded through bronze dyes and processed using their proprietary lenta lavorazione method, which translates to slow processing. What does that mean in practice? It means the dough is kneaded longer, the extrusion is slower, and the drying happens at low temperatures over an extended cycle. The result is a penne with a rough, porous surface that grips sauce on contact. It holds its shape through cooking. It has a clean, weedy flavor that cheap pasta cannot replicate. Rummo is available at most major US grocery chains. A box typically runs between $2.50 and $3.50. For a pasta with nearly 2 centuries of heritage and genuinely traditional manufacturing, that is a remarkable price. Brand 2, Garofalo. Garofalo holds the PGI certification for Pasta di Gragnano, one of the most prestigious designations in the pasta world. Gragnano, a small town south of Naples, has been called the City of Pasta since the 16th century. The PGI certification is not just a label. It legally mandates that the pasta must be made in Grignano using durum wheat semolina, bronze dyes, and slow-drying methods with the region's local water. Garofalo's penne rigate has a distinctly rough texture you can see and feel before it even hits the water. The flavor is nutty, complex, and miles from the bland starchiness of industrial penne. The brand traces its roots to 1789 and remains committed to the Grignano tradition. A box typically costs between $2.50 and $4 depending on the retailer. For PGI certified, bronze dye, slow-dried pasta, that is an extraordinary value. Brand 3, the Cecco. The Cecco is the value play, and it might be the most important brand on this list because of one simple fact: it is everywhere. Founded in Fara San Martino, Abruzzo, in 1886, the Cecco has been making pasta with 100% durum wheat semolina and bronze dye extrusion for over 130 years. They print trafilata al bronzo, bronze dye extruded, right on the box. Their slow drying method preserves the golden color and flavor that rapid drying destroys. Here is why the Cecco matters. It is sold in virtually every major American grocery store. It regularly goes on sale for under $2 a box. That means for the same price as Great Value or Mueller's, you can buy pasta that is bronze dye extruded, slow dried, made from 100% durum semolina, and backed by over a century of Italian craftsmanship. There is no excuse. The better option is already on the same shelf. Here is the reality. The pasta aisle is designed to confuse you. Italian flags on American-made products. Heritage branding on private equity commodities. Health claims on processed chickpea products held together by stabilizers. Every shortcut in that aisle exists because it saves the manufacturer money, not because it makes your food better. But the fix is simple. Flip the box. Read the first ingredient. Touch the surface. Look for bronze dye, slow-dried, 100% durum semolina. Brands like Rumo, Garofalo, and Cecco prove that real pasta does not require a premium price. It just requires you to know what to look for. Your plate is not a line item on a corporate spreadsheet. Start treating it like it matters. If this changed the way you think about what is in your kitchen, share this video with someone who still buys their pasta on autopilot. Subscribe to Tasted and Tested because the food tells the truth, and you have the right to know it.